So if your legs feel heavy at the end of the day, tired, achy, or even a little swollen, a lot of people assume that's just part of getting older, but in many cases, it might not be. Hi, my name is Dr. Gerard Day. I'm a vascular surgeon here in Cary, North Carolina, and today I want to walk you through why that feeling happens and who actually gets varicose veins. One of the most common things I hear from patients is, I thought this was just normal. They've been dealing with leg heaviness for months, sometimes years, before realizing something else might be going on. If your legs feel heavy at night, especially after standing or sitting all day, one possible reason can be how your veins are working. So your veins have one main job to move blood from your legs back up to your heart, but they have to do that against gravity. Your body actually relies on two main systems to do that. One is your calf muscles. When you walk, they squeeze the veins and push blood upward. The second is tiny one-way valves inside your veins. They open to let blood up and close to keep it from falling back down. When those valves stop working properly, blood can start to pool in the leg. So that pooling increases pressure, and that pressure is what leads to symptoms. So what may be happening inside the veins: valve weakness, blood pooling, and increasing pressure. That pressure can show up in many ways people just don't connect to veins. Things like heaviness, aching, swelling, tired legs, even restless legs or cramping sensation. And this is where one of the biggest myths come in. A lot of people think this is just aging or something only older women deal with, but that's not really how this works. So sometimes I see patients in their 20s and 30s with these exact symptoms. Sometimes it's after pregnancy, sometimes it's from long hours standing or sitting, sometimes it's just from genetics. Men get varicose veins too, they just tend to ignore the symptoms longer. So if you look at who gets varicose veins, there's 2 times more women than men that get varicose veins. So for every 2 women that come in with varicose vein problems, there's 1 guy that comes in with varicose vein problems. That's another way to look at it. However, the problem is that we as men tend to ignore symptoms longer. So when men come in, what I typically see is their vein disease is much more advanced, meaning that they have larger varicose veins that need treatment compared to women. When they come in, the varicose vein disease isn't as advanced. So the veins tend to be smaller, they're more spider veins. And so what that means is there's more treatment necessary for men by the time they come in. That also means that varicose vein disease is probably underdiagnosed in men. There's probably a lot of guys out there right now have not been diagnosed. I think a lot of us know of older uncles, grandparents, maybe even our dads with varicose vein disease have never had it treated. This gap is also influenced by hormonal changes. Women, especially during pregnancy, tend to develop varicose veins because of the hormonal changes. So that accounts for more women having varicose vein disease. All this means is that men are not exempt, of course, from varicose vein disease, and that this gap that is widely reported, 2 women versus 1 man, as far as who comes in with varicose vein disease, is probably not as wide of a gap as we think. And it's not just about age, it's also about how your day looks. If you stand all day or you sit for long periods, your blood isn't circulating as efficiently and pressure can build. So in summary, who may be at risk? Younger adults. We talked about men versus women. Both are at risk. If you had a job where you're standing or sitting all day, you're at risk. Also family history. All of these things increases your risk of having varicose vein. Having vein symptoms doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. It doesn't mean you're unhealthy. It's often just how your veins are functioning under pressure. One thing that can happen over time is that pressure continues to build. And symptoms that start as mild, like mild heaviness, that can gradually become more noticeable or uncomfortable. So when to check? If your legs feel heavy, tired, or achy, especially at the end of the day, it may be worth having your veins evaluated. That doesn't mean you're committing to treatment. It just gives you clarity. And remember, this is general education and medical advice. Everyone's situation is different, but understanding what your body may be telling you is often the first step. All right, that's it. I hope this helps. Y'all take care. Bye for now.